Hey, Think Realty viewer and listener, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. It's our privilege to come and host these and bring great guests. Eddie Wilson here, the founder of Think Realty. I get to jump on and do these, and I always enjoy engaging with our audience. We've been around since 2013, so coming up on 10 years of serving real estate investors. And it's coming from real estate investors. I'm a third-generation real estate investor, and so I love bringing insights and information to you. We've got a great guest today, but before we jump into our guest, I want to say a quick thank you to our podcast sponsor, which is Rent to Retirement. Does 20% return on investing in turnkey rentals sound attractive? Rent to Retirement offers fully turnkey properties that are newly built, renovated, leased, and managed, allowing you to invest with confidence out of state. They have single-family, multifamily, and new builds across 15 markets that maximize cash flow, appreciation, and equity. Rent to Retirement helps investors build a business plan to achieve financial freedom through real estate investing. You can visit renttoretirement.com. That's renttoretirement.com to learn more. Today, our guest is from a company that I know you have seen on here in the past, and that is the Bridge Loan Network. And so, Jordan, we've got Jordan Wells with us today from the Bridge Loan Network. Thanks so much for joining us today, Jordan.
Of course, Eddie. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So the Bridge Loan Network, you guys have sponsored our events. You've been a part of AAPL and Think Realty, and we always appreciate you and appreciate what you do for the industry. Let's just jump in. For those of our viewing audience and listening audience that don't know what the Bridge Loan Network is, do you mind just giving us a brief overview of the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer software both for commercial real estate investors, brokers and lenders. So commercial real estate, non-owner occupied residential deals, and it's management software. So you can manage your loan file from intake all the way through closing. So document collection through the portal, store your contact information for your clients. If you're a broker, you can store your lender contact information for those lenders you have relationships with. You can use the software to collect fees, order credit and background reports, order appraisals, etc. So really, all the way from beginning to end in that loan process, this software is here to help make the process go faster and more smoothly for you so you can get more loans closed.
That's great. And a lot of our real estate investors have moved away from just purchasing assets to actually lending. And so a product like this makes a lot of sense for them. So if you are a real estate investor and you've begun to lend, even out of your self-directed IRA or however you're creating loans, a software like this really helps you to be able to scale that process. And so if you don't mind, what are some of the, tools that Bridge Loan Network offers to somebody who's maybe getting into lending?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess if you're getting into lending, really just all the way through to help you manage that process and streamline things for you. There's a lot of people who I've talked to in this business who are just getting started, and I'm asking them, how are they managing their loans? What's their process? And they're saying, I'm just using Google Sheets. I'm using, Excel spreadsheets, etc. And, utilizing a software like this, you can do that much more. It's a small investment up front, but it's really going to be your one-stop shop. Anywhere you have internet access, you can utilize your portal and work on that loan file.
Yeah, and what I love about your product is that it's a place where you can put all your documents. It's got all the doc storage and stuff like that. Talk to me a little bit about how you guys interact with maybe a process like appraisals, whether it's maybe a virtual or an in-person appraisal. Is there also a way for the appraisals to kind of connect to the software in this process?
Yep, absolutely. So we do work with a couple of AMCs who are directly integrated within Bridge Loan Network. So you can utilize the software to, anything to do with that property as far as, building up the collateral, rehab budgets, and order those appraisals. So you can order the appraisal right through the portal, and then within a few days, it'll be in there via that AMC that conducted that appraisal.
That's awesome. And obviously, all of these things allow you to kind of scale your business. If you're using Google Sheets and you're keeping, everything in Google Drive or however you're doing it, this kind of makes it that one-stop shop that allows you to really begin to systemize and process your loans. And then also, you guys provide this as a white label for brokers too, right? So if they're a broker, they can kind of white label your product and use it as their own. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yep. So what we'll do is we will brand that Bridge Loan Network portal for that broker. And there's also a customer facing side to that portal as well, right? So if that broker's working with the investor, they want the investor to be kind of hands on as far as building up that loan file, building up that rehab budget within the system, uploading documents. They can do that directly within the Bridge Loan Network portal, and it will be branded to that particular broker that investor is using. In addition, we also create a white label application page, customer facing, right? So you can, as a broker, you can send the investor the link over to this application page. They can fill out and submit that loan request, and then it'll be input into that Bridge Loan Network account automatically. That broker can start building up that loan file. And again,
great.
all white labeled to the brokerage, which is great.
That's awesome. So you obviously probably talk to a lot of real estate investors, lenders. You've got your hand on the pulse of a lot of what's going on. What are just some trends you're seeing right now? Like, where are you seeing? Are people? Are you still seeing a lot of activity out there? Is activity increasing, decreasing? Like, what's your sense of where we are in the marketplace?
Absolutely. So activity has decreased slightly. Not as much as one might think. Obviously, it's been a very volatile year as far as rates, right? But what we have seen is a pretty large shift in as far as popular products. It had been a lot of long-term rentals, in the 30-year, and now we're seeing it scale back a lot more to the short-term, 12-month programs.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So, I know that a lot of the lenders right now are going through turmoil just because of all the rate adjustments. How do you service them or help them, when they're constantly changing? I mean, I'm sure that it also puts a little bit of pressure on Bridge Loan Network to service them. Do you guys, is there something that you do to try to help them through that process, or?
Honestly, one of the great things about Bridge Loan Network is the communication and the support that we offer to any of our clients using the software, right? So obviously things are extremely volatile, but every client that, uses our system, they know that they can reach out to either myself, another team member over here. We are more than happy to, help walk them through things, give them any updates as far as the market goes. So really just communication is kind of key, especially with how volatile things are, and always making sure people are staying up to date.
Yeah, very good. Last question for you, and I appreciate your time today, but any advice you might give to a real estate investor or lender out there, based on what you're currently seeing? Any advice that you might give them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, really, again, using a software like Bridge Loan Network or any other type of management tool, again, to really just scale your business and help it grow, right? There's a lot of things that an investor, broker, lender could be spending time on that could be automated, via software. So really just utilize the tools that you do have available out for you, via on the web or technology software solutions.
Awesome. Thanks, Jordan, so much for your time today. Appreciate you and Bridge Loan Network. I'm sure we'll see you at an upcoming conference or something here in the near future.
Great.
But
absolutely,
I appreciate your time. How do they get a hold of Bridge Loan Network to find out more or go through a demo?
Yeah, absolutely. So visit bridgeloannetwork.com. There's going to be some more information on bridgeloannetwork.com as far as our software offerings. And then from there, you can also request a demo as well. And again, either myself or some of the other great team members we have over here will be more than happy to provide a demo on the software, see if it'll be a good fit.
Thanks, Jordan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eddie.
Appreciate what you guys do for the industry. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Does 20% return on investing in turnkey rentals sound attractive? Rent to Retirement offers fully turnkey properties that are newly built, renovated, leased, and managed, allowing you to invest with confidence out of state. They have single-family, multifamily, and new builds across 15 markets that maximize cash flow, appreciation, and equity. Rent to Retirement helps investors build a business plan to achieve financial freedom through real estate investing. You can visit renttoretirement.com. That's rent, toretirement.com to learn more. We have the Houston Expo coming up, March 23rd and 24th. Houston is always a great show that we put on, and this is we want to offer our podcast viewers and listeners a deal for being for always participating in that. So we have what's called our BOGO, or buy one get one free sale. So if you sign up now for the Houston conference and you go on and you register for 2 tickets, you enter the code podcast. You can see the word behind me, put it all in caps, podcast, and it'll give you a buy one, get one free for that. You can go to thinkrealty.com/Houston and start making plans to be there on the 23rd and the 24th. Thanks so much for watching today and viewing and listening and downloading. It's our privilege to serve you as real estate investors. We want to be along for your real estate investing journey as your companion. We put a lot of great information and data and stats out, as well as put great people and products in front of you to make your real estate career and investing journey a lot easier and better. We're in a crazy time period. The market is crazy. The rates are changing. The appreciation is a little unnerving as to where your properties are going. Are you losing? Are you gaining? But the reality of it is every time that the market looks like this, savvy real estate investors, they come out on top. And they ultimately make more money at a time period like this. That's why the tagline, Straight Talk for Savvy Investors. We want you to be a savvy investor that's well-informed, looking for the right opportunities. So stay tuned, get into our kind of world and ecosystem, and we'll put a lot of great data and information in front of you. If you haven't already picked up our magazine, you can go to Barnes & Noble, pick one up off the shelf there of Barnes & Noble, or you can subscribe at thinkrealty.com and get our magazine directly delivered to your door, and it'll provide a lot of great insights for you. Keep having a conversation with us through our social media platforms and other ways. Be a part of our conferences. We'd love to hear from you. And we're so excited that you decided to join us today. Thank you so much for giving us of your time. I hope that it provided value for you. And I hope you have a great day and continue to take steps forward on your investing journey. And we want to be there with you. So happy investing.